Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. In this video, I spoke to a woman who seems to me has left Islam. And she said that I don't pray, my family pray. She came with a boyfriend and she was denying Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's existence. And she said that we can never use the faculties that we have to come to an understanding if there's a creator or not. But every day she uses her faculties to go to work or get on the train or take money out of the cash machine, and using, she just want to be short change. She gets £5, she wants the correct change, using the faculties that she has. But when it comes to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, she said the atheist and the believer is the same. Subscribe, like and share, and expose the double standard of the atheist.
Abu Hajar Muhammad, creative, poetic da'wah.
So why don't you start doing praying and doing these things? But do you believe that there's a creator 100%?
I'm not sure.
Okay, so then you're agnostic then, right?
Yeah.
So if I said to you that this building, it came into existence, randomly came into existence, it just popped into existence, is that rational?
No, it depends what you define as rational.
Or something that's, it comes to the mind, it makes sense, it's easy to absorb.
It's very philosophical, I think. It's a very in-depth thing to ask. It's something that you need to look into and figure out, like, from our experience of this world and what you believe in. And it's like whether you believe there's a God or not, it's like a leap of faith, isn't it? Both of them.
Well, if you believing that there's no God is a bigger leap of faith.
Yeah.
Because you believe that everything that came into existence came from nothingness.
Yeah.
That's a bigger leap of faith.
Fair enough.
Right? Things came from nothingness and organized themselves. That's a very big leap of faith.
Yeah.
Right? And that's irrational belief. Same thing that this building, it cannot come from nothing. It cannot come from nothingness.
Yeah.
And this is an irrational belief.
Yeah.
Right? This building, it cannot pop into existence from barren land.
Yeah.
That's an irrational belief.
Yeah.
Sometimes we try to make things complicated, but things are very simple.
Right.
It's very simplistic.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I would think that the belief in God makes it more complicated. But thank you for the...
How so?
I don't know, like what you said, it's just, you can argue both sides of it, really. It's just
Okay,
the
so
perspective that you're looking at. So, like, I could say randomness is more probable than a conscious creator making everything, and, like, what's the point of it? And all those essential questions that you might have that arise.
Is that rational? So can my phone come from
Maybe
nothingness?
rationality isn't the answer. We don't know. We exist in this universe and we don't understand, like, this is our we base things on rationality or facts or whatever we believe to be facts, but we don't know. That's what. Anyway,
but every day you use your rationality, right?
Yeah.
But when it comes to God, you start to suspend your rationality. That's double standard, right? Every day you take the train, you do have a logical and a rational daily life. But when atheists or people come to God, they become irrational and start saying, okay, it came from nothingness. Things become organized by themselves. How do we become so intricate? These things, to be sincere and to be honest, is that there's a creator, right? But you have to search deeply within yourself.
Exactly.
Because science, if you think about science doesn't say that there's a creator or not. That science is limited by empiricism, which is your five senses, right?
Yes, that's true.
And we're saying that you cannot do a scientific experiment and detect the creator.
Exactly.
Right?
That's true.
So if you're using science as a yardstick to find the creator, that's the wrong yardstick.
Yes.
Right? So what we're saying is that science doesn't say that there isn't a creator.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right? The Muslim scientists previously, like Hassan ibn Haytham, they were pioneers of science.
Of course.
Okay, so the Muslim world, has always been with science. We're not against science, but it's those who are scientism that they only believe that science leads to truth, right? So go back to the point, right? If you believe that rationally using the faculties that you have, can something come from nothing? rationally from your daily experience of life that you use every day. Your
No,
mind.
because we're existence of matter. So we can't, the same way we can't imagine infinity, right? But I guess if you believe in a God, there is an infinite that you believe in. So we can't say like, I can't create something from nothing because I'm made of matter. Everything's made of matter. So that's a very abstract thought to believe in. But you know, there is no answer. So the point you're making, I understand what you're saying, and I'm not saying that like Islam denounces science or anything. You know, I understand it's different, but like in terms of when you come down to the fundamental thing of whether there is a God or not, it's just a philosophical thing. That's the deeper thing. It's just like whichever route you look at, it's like the same picture but different window kind of thing.
The thing is, either there's a God or there isn't. There's not two ways.
Yeah.
Either there's a God or there isn't.
Yeah.
Either it's atheism or there's a God. Right? If you cannot have two truths, that's incorrect. There's only one truth. Either we have no purpose, a nihilism, there's no meaning to our life, and a sincere atheist will say that we don't have no meaning. There's no morals, there's no right and wrong. It's just about pleasure, right? Consequentialism, that I just need to. If I do something, I just want to get as much pleasure as I can, even if that means if I get a chicken, right? I have sexual intercourse with that chicken and eat it. I've maximized my pleasure in the atheistic world, yes, because it is. It's called consequentialism. Is that where you just believe in pleasure? That's it. But deontology would be that a natural innate belief is that you naturally believe that's wrong. So how do you account for morals, innate morals that you cannot scientifically observe, right?
Well, you can. I mean,
can you scientifically test morals and
I mean, you can, like, you can say morals, like, we're social creatures, we've lived in social communities for a long time. So, for example, us, like, the fact that we want to go eat now, I don't want to disrespect you and walk off, like, for example, because I just care about social aspects, like the same way you're explaining it to me. I'm
talking about morals. Morals that humans hold close to themselves.
That isn't a moral.
Killing, raping,
we don't
murdering.
Do it, because if we were to kill, if we were to kill, then we'll be outcast from our society, which means that we'll be less likely to survive in the wild and everything, you know. So there's, like, I guess that's a more naturalist argument. But you're saying, I guess the morals come from God. That wherever these aspects come from, we don't know. No. So,
in the scientific paradigm, okay, ethics and morals, right? They truly don't exist. If I kill you, or I give you £5, that's the same thing. Naturalism, it's just atoms and molecules, right? How do atoms and molecules keep colliding and give rise to consciousness? Okay, how do you have consciousness?
Exactly, that's what scientists yet to prove.
Okay, so then, therefore, we cannot just say science has all the answers.
No.
Because it's called scientism.
Yeah, of course it's
right.
I don't think that
science doesn't have all the answers, right?
Yes.
So there is other routes to knowledge. We're saying the Qur'an is a route to knowledge, right? And we have evidences why the Qur'an is divine, right? So you have to think very carefully about your existence, why you exist, why you're here, because science can deal with the how, but it can't deal with the why. Why you exist, why you're here, what happens after you die, you know? So it's about, but atheism, it doesn't have these answers.
Right.
Atheism suffocates these answers. Right. That's how people are committing suicide in the West, because the West is a place where there's no spirituality. People are killing themselves because logically, if I don't have a purpose, I should kill myself, right?
Abu Hajar Muhammad, creative, poetic, da'wah.